Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. This is Amy, and we're back. I'm wearing my same cat shirt as the other day. Another hat. Uh, yeah. Probably going to be seeing me in the cat shirt, my Jaws tank top, and a Old Navy tank top for the rest of the summer. It's getting hot here today. It is supposed to be 99. I have my air conditioning on. You could probably hear it. I'm not turning it off for the video because it's gonna get too hot. Uh, yeah. So, how your day's going? How's it going? Hmm? It's a Wednesday here. This is for Thursday. You'll see this on Thursday. Just like to tell you what day it is. It's a Wednesday. Diet Pepsi, palm tree cup, my cup cozy, and I made what's cozy? It is Velcro. Yeah, Diet Pepsi day. It's a Diet Pepsi day. Yeah. Okay. Today, right now, it says it's 94, and and our air conditioning's working. And let's see, what do we got? What do we got? 98. Oh, it's went down a degree. That's pleasurable. Um, maybe not to some. And then we got Thursday through Saturday is 90, and Sunday is 86, Monday is 85, and Tuesday's 85. Probably, yeah. Sunday we'll be mowing the lawn again. hmm That never ends. Now we're gonna have to start watering the lawn. It's weeds and it's gonna die anyway, probably. But anyway, that is the weather report for Wednesday, the 15th. But yeah, so we've gathered again here today. This is Thursday's book talk. Welcome. For those of you who have never been, we just talk about books and then I get sidetracked and we talk about random stuff. But update, I did finish this morning the audio for Mother's Day Murder, the cozy holiday mystery series by, I think her name is pronounced Tanya Pappas. And yeah, that was fun. And I've started on Sally Hepworth's The Mother-in-Law, and that one is an Australian setting I didn't realize before, but that's fun because I have the audio, so the narrator who's narrating that is Australian also. Well, she sounds Australian. I can't, sometimes I get mixed up between Australian and New Zealand. I can't tell the difference, but I would say Australian. But yeah, so I just started that. I think I'm 10% in, and still reading Mother Daughter Murder Night. I'm about, let's see how far I am. I am about, oh, it's okay, it's not on that one. Hold on. Um, awkward pause. Awkward pause. I think I was 193 pages in on Mother Daughter Murder Night. We'll find out. Go to where I update my reading. 54%. So yeah. So that's good. That's going good. That's fun. So Mother Daughter Murder Night. Um, the daughter of Lana and the mother of Jack, Beth, she works at a nursing home, and one of her patients died, and it was one of her favorite patients. And so they ended up going to her, Jack, and her mother Lana went to the wake of this guy that died. He actually lived across the water in an area from where she lives, and had this ranch out there. And so they ended up going to this wake memorial um, for him. Found out some information that with more clues. Yeah. So they go to the funeral, and Lana talks to this land preservation guy at the funeral. I don't know, I forget what it's called. It's like working with owners of people who have land and then to preserve it for wildlife and stuff like that. So she got some clues from him, and then the guy that died, his daughter was there, and his son. And so Beth talked to the son for a little bit, and he wanted to go have coffee with her later or something like that. So I don't know if he's sneaking around trying to get some information for her that maybe his father told her before he died, or he just has a romantic interest. I don't know. And also the daughter, she seems kind of sketchy to me. I bet you she's out for money and she wants to sell the property and not let it be in like a land trust thing. So she's very snotty. Um, the daughter of the guy that just died. So, and then plus Jack was snooping around and there was a barn and she found a kayak and a life vest from the kayak shack. I think that's what it's called, where she works. So, there was a few little clues there in the that I'm suspicious of in the mother daughter murder night. We're moving right along. And so with this book talk Thursday, I had said before I wanted to reorganize some shelves and stuff like that and put my bookcase together, but we're not doing that right now. That's on hold because it's hot. I don't want to be sitting on the floor doing that. But that's still in the plans, in the works. But for today, I think I found some anticipated uh, books coming out in June that I thought I might put on my list to read or, eventually get to. And I got this list off of Goodreads. And so, I'm going to see how I'm going to do this. I was going to do the Goodreads so you can see my Goodreads page. I think I'll have to pause this and we'll come back in just a second. Okay. So, this works out. See the screen. So my list came from Goodreads, and it's the list from the readers' 54 most anticipated summer mysteries and thrillers. So I just made a little list for myself that I was interested in that I got off of this list. Here's May. I'm gonna do June. So June, one that I'm just gonna go with what they have in order here. I have making sure I have it all written down because I thought I wrote that one down. Yeah, I did. Okay, we'll just go this way. From my list because I'm gonna get so one that's coming out. Such a bad influence. That sounded fun. This is like a social media uh girl goes missing. And they're having a giveaway on that. I entered, so I haven't won any giveaways from Goodreads yet. I'm still waiting. But this one got a 4.13 stars. And this I'm assuming all because this doesn't come out until June 4th. So these are all before it's been published who got the arcs or whatever to read for these. But yeah, this is about a social media. It says for fans of Ashley Weinstead, a razor sharp debut about what happens when one of the first child stars of social media age grows up and goes missing. So, it says Hazel Davis is drifting. She's stalled in her career, living in the city she hates, and less successful than her younger sister, Evelyn, a lifestyle influencer. Evie came of age on the family YouTube channel after a viral video when she was 5. 10 years older and spotlight averse, Hazel managed to dodge the family business, so although she can barely afford her apartment, at least she made her own way. Evie is 18 now, with a multi-billion-dollar career, but Hazel is still protective of her little sister and skeptical of the way everyone seems to want a piece of her. Evie's followers, her YouTuber boyfriend and influencer frenemies, and their opportunistic mother. So when Evie disappears one day during an unsettling live stream that cuts out mid sentence, Hazel's horrified to have her worst instincts proven right. As theories about Evie's disappearance tear through the internet, inspiring hashtags, Reddit threads, podcast episodes, Hazel throws herself into the darkest parts of her sister's world to untangle the truth. After all, Hazel knows Evie better than anyone else, doesn't she? So that seemed fun. It's a social media thriller. Again, coming out June 4th. Says it has 4.13 star rating. It's by Olivia Munter. Munter. Muenter. And it said it had 119 ratings, 50 reviews. But that sounded fun. I haven't read too much thrillers with social media influencer or any kind of mixed media. I have a couple on my shelf that I'm interested in reading, but I obviously did not grow up in the social media era, so I'm old school. We had books and card catalogs at the library. And yeah, so it's kind of fun to see all this stuff now becoming popular in like thrillers, a whole genre of books. Basically, it has its own genre of social media, mixed media, podcast, all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll be a fun read. I'm hoping for the best. It says that the hardcover is 336 pages. Um, that's one I have on my list. And if I go back and do this right, yeah. Next one is The Unwedding here. And The Unwedding, it has 3.72 stars, and it is about it's by Ali Condi. It's The Unwedding. It says Ellery Wainwright is alone at the edge of the world. She and her husband Luke were supposed to spend their 20th wedding anniversary together at the luxurious resort at Broken Point in Big Sur, California. That's one of the things that interested me about this story is it's setting in the Big Sur, California. And me living in California, I have been there on several occasions. But yeah, so that was one peak interest there. It says we're better to celebrate a marriage, a family, and life together than at one of the most stunning places on earth. It is, it's pretty cool. But now she's traveling solo. To add insult to injury, there's a wedding at Broken Point scheduled during her stay. Ellery remembers how it felt to be on the cusp of everything new and wonderful, with a loved and certain future glimmering just ahead. Now, she isn't certain of anything except for her love for her kids and her growing realization that this place, though beautiful, is unsettling. When Ellery discovers the body of the groom floating in the pool in the rain, she realizes that she is not only one whose future is no longer guaranteed. Before the police can reach Broken Point, a mudslide takes out the road to the resort, leaving the guests trapped. When another guest dies, it's clear something horrible is brewing. Everyone at Broken Point has a secret, and everyone has a shadow, including Ellery. So, and that comes out June 4th also. That sounded fun. Set in California, Big Sur. The setting. A lot of times I hope that the setting is like its own character. I like that when the setting because it becomes it's a character in the book. Makes it more fun. It could be spooky, creepy, it could be happy, sunny, fun, relaxing. I don't know. It's just and I like the settings in different places in California because I've been to living in California my whole life. I uh except for a few years here and there. I been to a lot of different places, so it's a very diverse state. I will say that. Next one Next one is All the Colors of the Dark. This sounded pretty good. This one also has a giveaway I tried for. It has, mhm. It is a 4.63 star rating. So this got a pretty good rating out of 282 ratings. It has 158 reviews. It's by Chris Whitaker. And it comes out. Oh, actually, now this one I was confused. It said expected publication was May 21st. I bet you that got pushed back because it says this edition format hardcover expected June 25th, 2024. So I don't know what that means, but maybe it hasn't came out yet, or maybe they're doing a different cover because they show different covers here. Hmm. I don't know. I'm not into book publishing, so I don't know. Anyway, this one is, oops, 1975 is a time of change in America. The Vietnam War is ending. Muhammad Ali is fighting Joe Frazier, and in the small town of Montclair, Missouri, girls are disappearing. When the daughter of a wealthy family is targeted, the most unlikely hero emerges. Patch, a local boy with one eye who saves a girl and in doing so leaves heartache in his wake. Patch and those who love him soon discover that the line between triumph and tragedy has never been finer and that their search for the answers will lead them to the truths that could mean losing one another. A missing person mystery, a serial killer thriller, a love story, a unique twist on each. Chris Whitaker has written a novel about what lurks in the shadows of obsession and the binding light of hope. So, sounds like that character of Patch is going to be interesting. We'll see if he is the bad guy or not. But yeah, that seemed interesting. Mystery thriller again. It says May 21st, but then it says June 25th. So we'll see what happens June 25th. And we have the next one is The Midnight Beast, Lucy Foley. And this got a 3.79 rating. This had 1,256 ratings. But so this one is a mystery thriller. So all of these I picked are like mystery thriller, suspense type books. And this one is due out on June 18th. Lucy Foley, The Midnight Beast. And this is, let's see here, Secrets, Lies, Murder, Let the Festivities Begin. The deliciously twisting you locked room murder mystery from the #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Guest List, which I finished reading that and I enjoyed it. In the Paris Apartment, I have not read that. I think I've heard mixed reviews on that one, but anyway, usually Lucy Foley is she's a good read. It's the opening night of The Manor, and no expense, small or large, has been spared. The pool sparkles. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading today. Crystal pouches for guests healing have been placed in the seaside cottages and woodland hutches. The Manor Mule cocktail, grapefruit, ginger, vodka, and a dash of CBD oil, is being poured with a heavy hand. Everyone is wearing linen. And yet, just outside the manor's immaculately kept grounds, an ancient forest bristles with secrets. The local community resents what they see as the manor's intrusion into the local woods and attempts to privatize the beach. The small skirmishes have erupted on the edge of the property between locals and the staff. And the whispers keep coming about an old piece of pagan folklore. It must be folklore. The nightbirds, an avenging force that can only be called upon to right make right wrongs that elude the law, though surely everything in the manor has been done above board. On the Sunday morning of opening weekend, the local police are called. There's been a fire, a body's been discovered, something's not right with the guests. What happened okay, on the grounds of the manor the past 36 hours, and who or what is the cause? Says the founder, the husband, the mystery guest, the kitchen help. Everyone has an agenda, everyone has a past, but not everyone will survive the Midnight Feast. And again, June 18th, Lucy Foley's The Midnight Feast. Sounds fun. And I just have two more. So middle of night. The middle of night. Oh, the middle of night. I'm like, which one is that? Oh, there it is. I forgot which one it was. Uh-huh. Okay, this is a Riley Sager, Middle of Night. It's due out on June 18th, and it has a 4.03 star rating. And Riley Sager's kind of been a hit and a miss sometimes. I don't know. It's up and down with me. A lot of people like Riley Sager. Um, I've read a couple now. I have enjoyed them. I don't know that I gave the ones I read 5 stars, but yeah. And this one is about, in the jaw-dropping thriller from the New York Times bestselling author Riley Sager, a man must contend with the long-ago disappearance of his childhood best friend and the dark secrets lurking just beyond the safe confines of his picture-perfect neighborhood. Says the worst thing to ever happen on Hemlock Circle occurred in Ethan Marsh's backyard. One July night, 10-year-old Ethan and his best friend and neighbor, Billy, fell asleep in a tent set up on a manicured lawn in a quiet, quaint New Jersey cul-de-sac. In the morning, Ethan woke up alone. During the night, someone had sliced the tent open with a knife and taken Billy. He was never seen again. 30 years later, Ethan has reluctantly returned to his childhood home, plagued by bad dreams and insomnia. He begins to notice strange things happening in the middle of the night. Someone seems to be roaming the cul-de-sac at odd hours, and signs of Billy's presence keep appearing in Ethan's backyard. Is someone playing a cruel prank, or has Billy long thought to be dead? Somehow return to Hemlock Circle. The mysterious occurrences prompt Ethan to investigate what really happened that night. A quest that reunites him with former friends and neighbors and leads him into the woods that surround Hemlock Circle. Woods where Billy claimed monsters roam and where a mysterious institute does clandestine research on a crumbling estate. Closer Ethan gets to the truth, the more he realizes that no place, be it quiet forest or suburban street, is completely safe, and that the past has a way of haunting the present. So that seems interesting. Yeah, don't probably make you not want to camp out in the backyard after that, even though you're a grown adult, right? Um, yeah. So that's The Middle of the Night by Rayleigh Sager, again out on June 18th. And the last one I have on my list that I'm anticipating that seemed a fun read for me, The Nature of Disappearing. And this one is by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. And this seemed interesting too. So this got a 3.91 star rating and had 369 ratings. And this one is due out on June 18th also. And let's see what's here. In this captivating novel of suspense, a wilderness guide must team up with a man who ruined her life years ago when the friend who introduced them goes missing. Emmeline doesn't let herself think about the past. How she and her best friend, Janessa, barely speak anymore. How Tyler, the man she thought was the love of her life, left her freezing and half dead on the side of the road 3 years ago. And I don't. This might be a good drama one because I'm going to meet up with. But I guess if your friend goes missing, you'll do anything to find him if you really care about him. Somebody leaves you freezing on the side of the road. I don't know. I have second thoughts. Find somebody else. Her new life is simple and safe. She works as a fishing and hunting guide, spending her days in Idaho's endless woods and scenic rivers. She lives alone in her Airstream trailer, and her closest friends, a handsome and kind Forest Service ranger and the community's makeshift reverend who took her in at her lowest. But when Tyler shows up with the news that Janessa is missing. Emmeline is propelled back into the world she worked so hard to forget. Janessa, it turns out, has become a social media star. Oh, here's another one with social media in it. I'm telling you, these are getting pretty popular. Documenting her hashtag van life adventures with her rugged survivalist boyfriend. But she hasn't posted lately, and when she does, it's from a completely different location than where her caption claims to be. In spite of their fractured history, Emmeline shows she might be the only one with the knowledge and tracking skills to save her friend. So she reluctantly teams up with Tyler. As the two trace Janessa's path through the miles of wild country, Emmeline can't deny there still is chemistry crackling between them. Oh, I feel like this is going to be a love-hate romance. But the deeper they press into the wilderness, the more she begins to suspect that a darker truth lies in the woods and that Janessa isn't the only one in danger. Poignant, suspenseful, unforgettable, the nature of disappearing explores what it takes to start over and the cost of letting the past pull you back in. Stacey. So anyway, so that is interesting, and that is due June 18th. One thing I like to say about that, when I was reading that what popped into my mind was the case of the girl in Florida and her boyfriend, who ultimately, horribly, the girl ended up being killed by her boyfriend, but they were traveling across country in a van, and sadly it did not have a happy ending. She was missing. Everyone, there was family was wondering what happened. Police were looking. There the I can't think of the name right now, but you probably know what I'm talking about. The boyfriend came back to town in the van without her, and that's when all the shit hit the fan. But anyway, this story reminds me of that in some ways, as far as the van, the girl goes missing, that would be interesting. I'm curious to see if any of the real life news that reminds me of this has anything in here like that. But yeah, so that's my list for anticipated um, books for June coming out. This is the list. This is June. This was May. This is on Goodreads, so you can go on Goodreads and look. This is their, like I said, their most anticipated summer mysteries and thrillers list that they created. And so I did June, and I have a list for July and August, but I will bring those up as summer moves along, and we could talk about that. And yeah, just wanted to pop in here and give a little reading update. And let's see, can't do that. Let me pause for just a second. So anyway, back that last half I had recorded didn't have sound because I forgot to turn the mic on. So it's a little bit later. It's a little sunnier over here. You'll see a little difference, but that's okay. We're just wrapping up the video. Say some reads I'm working on, and should be getting through those, some audios and some ebooks. And I'd just like to say have a good day, have a good rest of your week and weekend, and hopefully cross your fingers and have high hopes that we'll be back here on Tuesday. And we'll see you then. Thanks.